in Colorado. We are all together. Look, Camp David, all together as one. Is everybody in there?
Yep.
Okay.
I think so.
We landed this morning. The boys came and got Kenya and I. They're all in one piece. The house is still standing. I didn't have any doubts, but Lincoln made it to a swim meet and he did amazing.
There's a lot of leftover food.
In other words, Luke is saying I over-prepared, which, is that ever possible to over-prepare? I don't think so. I have a saying that goes, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. We've been in all day and we've spent time together. We went and had a little bit of, I'm gonna call it brunch, and hung out at home for a while, kind of decompressed from the weekend. And we are driving to theater. It's Monday. Kenya has theater on Mondays. And her instructors told her that she's more than welcome to take the day off. They told any of the kids that went to Atlanta that they don't have to be here today. And we asked Kenya what she would like to do. And she said, I wouldn't miss it for the world, and I'm going to be there. So we are headed to theater right now. How's it going back there?
Great, I'm practicing my lines and songs and stuff.
So Kenya, now that Mary Poppins is over, what is the next thing that you're doing?
Guess who? Ursula!
Which is what play?
The Little Mermaid.
Okay, so we are transitioning from Mary Poppins, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, to Little Mermaid, where Kenya is playing Ursula. She's going from the hero that saves the day to the villain.
That takes the real soul.
From one extreme to the next around here. Theater, here we come.
Weather. It is high and low is 37, low 16. Wind is coming from the south-southeast, it's 6 miles per hour. And the golden flu is 9 out of 100. This is my impression of a Russian accent.
Well, I don't think it's the best.
Thank you for watching.
I didn't understand a word she said.
Give us an encouraging word. Something to inspire them today, to make them happy today.
Always look at the bright side. Always look at the bright side of things.
How do you do that?
Oh. Really?
Let me give you a scenario and you tell me the bright side of it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's see here. You were walking down the street with 2 bags full of ice cream and the bag's broken. Ice cream went all over the concrete, but what is the good out of it?
The good is that I won't get a stomachache from eating all the ice cream.
And what else? How else can we look at the bright side of that situation?
Oh, and the birds will eat it. So it's not wasted.
So you made birds happy?
Yeah.
So that's the bright side?
Yeah.
Okay. Way to find the bright side.
You want? Grab a spoon and eat it off the floor.
And the bright side of that would be what?
Throw up afterwards. Well, you still get to taste your chocolate with a little grubble in there. And you'll boost your immunity.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Jesus, I thank you for an amazing day yesterday and helping me get better. And I thank you so much for an amazing experience in Atlanta. And I pray that not just me, but Lincoln and Mom and Dad and everyone in this world will have a great day today. And I pray that you will just bless people's lives and heal those who are sick and let them know that you are there. Amen.
Math this morning, okay? We are on lesson 37. So this morning we're going to start with our reducing fractions, and we're going to do it in 5 minutes, okay? It is actually Friday. This week has flown by. Ever since Kenya and I got home from Atlanta on Monday, things have just been kind of working back, getting a little bit back into our routine from Atlanta. We've all been really excited over last weekend's outcomes with Lincoln swimming and Kenya's big performance. So I haven't picked up the camera very much this week, and I apologize for that because I don't have a lot of footage of what's been going on. All we've been doing this week is a lot of school, trying to get things back in order here. And today, especially this morning, we were in the classroom catching up on school. And now I have not gotten myself ready yet today. I just kind of got up. We started on school and I've been going. But tonight we got invited over to a friend's house. These are friends that we met during summer swim team, and we've keep seeing them out and about, and we keep saying, let's get together, let's get together. And they have invited us over to their house for dinner this evening. So we're going to be doing that after swim team practice. So actually, I'm going to go jump in the shower and get myself ready because we have to go to swim team, and then directly from there we'll go to their house. So I'm going to go ahead and go get myself ready now. The kids are in the schoolroom finishing up some schoolwork that we went over this morning. So they just have a couple things that they're going to finish up, and then it's off to swim team. So before I go jump in the shower, let's check in on the kids and see if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. When we homeschool, I try and give them some independence and ask them to do stuff. What's going on? What is going on?
We let the guinea pigs out.
This.
I don't know how Reagan feels about this.
I don't think Reagan's happy. He's like, hey, yeah, this isn't gonna work. Okay guys, do your, so there's guinea pigs running everywhere. Oinkers, I think you need to get back in your cage. Alright guys, I am all showered and I am ready to go to our friend's house after swim team practice. So we're just finishing getting a few other things put together before we leave. And while I was in the shower, I was kind of reflecting over our week this last week. I'm thinking about a few things, and one thing that came to me that actually happened is there was a moment that the kids came home from one of their activities, and both of them were feeling very discouraged. Someone was not very kind, probably didn't build them up in the best way, and they just did not have a positive experience at one of their activities this week, which is okay. That is life. We are not always going to be surrounded by cheer and happiness and love. And as a mom, yes, my first instinct is to shield them from that and not let them ever experience that again. But I also want them to know that in reality, in all avenues of life, they are going to have those moments where they are not always going to be around the kindest person, where they are not always going to be around people that are going to build them up. And unfortunately, that happened this week, and my children were very discouraged. And so I was just kind of thinking, with the kids being in this pre-teen stage to even going into this teen stage, they're so vulnerable at this age, and now is the time that we want to give them tools. And when we send them out to these things that they are experiencing, I just want to make sure that they're equipped and that they're filled up, because I do know there are going to be moments where people, unfortunately, people aren't always going to build them up, and they're going to empty their joy that's in their heart. So my answer to what happened is to try and give my kids a way that they are being filled up at home, that they are constantly being built up. So when they do go out, they're already full, and they can go off of that knowing that they're okay in who they are and that they are exactly what God made them. And you guys probably saw in one of my most recent videos, I posted that we have reflection boards in their room that has verses, and we do a weekly verse, and that's something that they're constantly reading, and they can store that in their heart. I'll have a link to that video in the description below if you're interested in that. But I came up with this idea: how can my children be encouraged when they go out and still keep knowing that they are exactly what God made them, and that they can know that they are strong and stand on that? And the only way that I can think is if us as parents and as adults in their lives can build them up and let them see how God sees them. What I've done is, in their bathroom mirror, I have written a phrase at the top in dry erase marker: I am still. Because the bathroom mirror is the first thing that they see when they get up in the morning and they're trying to get ready. They look at themselves in that, and it's one of the last things that they look at themselves in before they go to bed at night after they've brushed their teeth. And what I want them to see is, if they've had a bad day before, the next morning when they get up, they can look in that mirror, and that phrase at the top is I am still, and I am going to add words to it every week. We'll have different words, but when they get in the morning, even though they've had a bad night, they can look in that mirror at themselves, and they can read it, and they can say to themselves, I am still beautiful, I am still driven, I am still doing God's purpose. Whatever phrases I have written up there, I want them to be able to see that no matter anything in this world that tears them down, God still sees them for the beautiful, amazing people that they truly are. And I feel if they can see that in the morning and at the end of their day, the more that they can instill that in themselves, the stronger they'll be when trials come their way, or maybe they come up against somebody that is just not as encouraging, and they can still know that inside they are still what God has made them to be. So guys, and you'll have to, I'm right here in the mirror, you'll have to kind of see, and I don't know if you can see this, but I've written I am still loved, gifted, driven, and this will change each week. Here's Kenya's side. I am still beautiful, and once again I've written loved and driven. And that way, hopefully, that gives them something to still speak into their hearts, to know, and all that matters is what God sees, but they are the people exactly how God made them to be.